You'd think Chernobyl would be a dead zone, a toxic wasteland where nothing should survive. But shockingly, life didn't just survive, it mutated, adapted, and in some cases got even stronger. Frogs are changing color. Dogs are resisting cancer. Catfish are growing massive, and some animals are turning into bizarre, real-life horror stories. These are 10 terrifying Chernobyl mutations that were actually caught on camera, and what they mean for the future of evolution, and even us. The black frogs of Chernobyl. In 2016, Spanish researchers Pablo Barraco and German Orzela studied tree frogs, Hyla orientalis, near Chernobyl. Instead of the usual bright green color, they found many of them had turned black. Why? It's not a random mutation. These frogs developed high melanin levels, which help shield them from radiation, just like how dark-skinned humans have more protection from UV rays. This adaptation may have happened in as little as 30 years, lightning fast in evolutionary terms. But here's what's chilling. Black frogs only appeared in the most contaminated zones. In less radioactive areas, the frogs stayed green, meaning nature is picking and choosing traits in real time to survive in this radioactive nightmare. Mutant catfish in the cooling ponds. Jeremy Wade, the host of River Monsters, visited Chernobyl and pulled a giant catfish from a radioactive cooling pond. These fish had radiation levels 16 times higher than normal, and they're enormous. Think the size of a full-grown adult. It's easy to assume the radiation made them giants, but it's more about isolation. In these closed-off ponds, the catfish have no predators, endless food, and humans sometimes feed them. Plus, radiation may slow their metabolism, extending their lifespan and allowing more growth. Still, the long-term mutations are unknown. Their organs, reproduction, and cells may be changing in ways we can't detect from the outside. Wolves that resist cancer. In 2014, Princeton researchers led by Dr. Kara Love fitted wolves in the exclusion zone with GPS collars that tracked radiation exposure. These wolves absorbed up to 6x the legal human radiation limit per day, levels that should kill a creature outright. But here's the twist. They're thriving. Blood samples show changes in their immune systems similar to human radiation therapy patients. Even more bizarre, their DNA is showing signs of evolution, possibly toward cancer resistance. This mutation might not just change wolves, it could change medicine. Scientists think understanding their resistance could help develop new ways to fight cancer in humans. Radioactive wild boars. Chernobyl's wild boars are radiation sponges. They eat roots, fungi, and truffles that suck radioactive isotopes out of the soil. Some boars tested in Germany, descended from Chernobyl boars, were found to contain more than 10x the safe level of radioactive cesium. And the effects are clear: tumors, growths, and deformities. They're not glowing mutants, but their insides tell a story of slow decay. Despite all this, they're reproducing and spreading, even outside the exclusion zone, raising fears about contaminated wildlife entering the food chain. The elephant's foot, the killer lava. Not technically an organism, but still terrifying. The elephant's foot is a solid mass of radioactive lava under Reactor 4, formed when nuclear fuel mixed with metal and concrete during the meltdown. At first, it emitted 10,000 roentgens per hour, enough to kill a man in 5 minutes. Just taking a photo near it in the 80s meant certain death. It's still there, decaying slowly and leaking radiation. It's so toxic that it altered the chemical composition of the air and ground around it. They call it the most dangerous object on Earth, and it's not going away anytime soon. The twisted trees of the Red Forest. The Red Forest, named after its trees turned red and died within hours of the explosion, is one of the most radioactive places on Earth. But nature has started growing back with a disturbing twist. New trees have strange deformities, spiral trunks, split limbs, and asymmetric growth. Some even show signs of genetic instability. Radiation continues to saturate the soil, and rainfall can stir it up again. The forest acts as a visual reminder that nature does adapt, but sometimes at a grotesque cost. Mutant river fish. In lakes and rivers near Pripyat, smaller fish have shown disturbing deformities. Some are born with missing eyes, bloated bodies, twisted spines, or the tumors. These mutations are due to bioaccumulation. Radiation builds up in their bodies through contaminated food chains. Some species survive longer than expected, but many are sterile or live shortened lives. The water may look calm, but what swims beneath is a genetic mess. The forgotten liquidators. Between 1986 and 1990, more than 600,000 people were called to clean up Chernobyl. They were called liquidators, soldiers, scientists, firefighters, many of whom didn't know how much danger they were in. Many wore no protective gear. Some died within days. Others developed radiation burns, leukemia, thyroid cancer, and horrific organ failure. Many of their children were born with genetic disorders and deformities. This wasn't just about mutated animals. Human DNA was altered, and the cost is still being paid today. Wild dogs of Chernobyl. After the evacuation, thousands of pets were abandoned. Today, their descendants are wild, forming packs across the exclusion zone. Scientists studying them found something surprising. These dogs aren't just surviving, they're adapting. They're showing unusual genetic markers compared to normal dogs. Early evidence suggests they may be developing radiation resistance, possibly lower cancer rates, stronger immune responses, and stable reproduction despite constant exposure. It's proof that even man's best friend might evolve to endure the worst we've created. Deformed firebugs. The firebug is a small red and black insect with a very distinct symmetrical pattern. But near Reactor 4, scientists started noticing strange things: bugs with warped patterns, missing limbs, and asymmetrical bodies. Timothy Musso and Anders Mahler documented this and found that bugs closer to the reactor had far more deformities. Their photos show an insect population visibly breaking down due to radiation exposure. While these bugs don't look terrifying on their own, their mutations are among the clearest biological red flags of Chernobyl's lasting legacy. Chernobyl was a human-made disaster, but nature didn't die. It adapted, evolved, mutated. Some of these changes are horrifying. Others might be revolutionary. The radioactive nightmare isn't over, but what it's teaching us about life, evolution, and resilience might shape our future in ways we never imagined. This was Top 10 Terrifying Chernobyl Mutations Caught on Camera. Hit that like button if you learned something today, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most unsettling truths.